Good evening. Lots of outside news this week. I'm not going to comment on any of it, though. If you have Twitter, you can see at least 3 different stories developing. As far as tubers go, only one of them is directly relevant. Anyway, maybe let's not focus on that. I'll bring the game up and let the intro run. I've switched to another audio mode for capturing the game, so the audio might be loud. Please let me know if this is too loud. I think it'd actually be twice as loud as before. Maybe I'll check on the other computer. I literally cannot hear anything on the other computer. Okay then. streaming for 5 hours again, and someone goes, "Does this game have sound?" before I check. The text on this is going by really fast. And this song is great. On the Super Nintendo, this had an opening credit roll. Maybe it only shows up when you play it. Okay, I'm a bit concerned that the stream end is getting distorted. Because the audio is popping into the yellow constantly. At least this part looks like the SNES. With some added fa. Okay, I turned the music and my own voice down just a little. I'm still concerned it's not enough, but please let me know if it's super loud. the Magi when its flames at last receded, only the charred husk of a world remained. Even the power of magic was lost. In the 1,000 years that followed her, and steam engines took the place of magic, and life slowed low. Return to the barren land. Yet there now stands one who would reawaken the magic of ages past, and use its dread power as a means by which Terra conquer all the world. Could anyone truly be foolish enough to repeat that mistake? There's the Citadel. Hard to believe an Esper has been found frozen there 8,000 years after the War of the Magi. Bah. Probably just another wild goose chase. I don't know. They wouldn't have let us use her unless they were confident the intel was good. Ah, yes, Sir Witch. I hear she fried 50 of our Magitek armored soldiers in 3 minutes. Kinda makes your skin crawl, don't it? Relax. With that thing on her head, she's a mindless puppet. The girl won't even breathe unless we tell her to. We'll approach from the east. Move up. Hide there. This was my first JRPG game. And I almost gave up on it immediately. My sister was more inclined to play it. So we played it together. The thing is, I have replayed this game at least twice since. But the last time, I couldn't finish it because the PC version was buggy. Which, the girl takes point, and don't waste time on the riffraff. Remember what we're here for. Let's move. Okay, so I'm going to assume this is the one game they made the least gameplay changes to. They even kept the sprite versions here. Whereas on the previous PC and mobile version they used high-resolution artwork. Guard, Imperial Magitech armor. Not even Narsheet is safe anymore. Well, both of those audio tracks are definitely ghost tracks. Stop them? For Narsheet? I'm gonna knock out the dogs. We've got him trapped now. Defend the mines. Hi, Sid. Wedge, according to our source, some miners unearthed the frozen Esper in a new shaft they were digging. This must be it. Well, it is the only shaft there is. A strange light fills the air. Interesting, the music has echo noise instead of a breath mode. Seems to be leveling a little too quickly. Though given what happens here, probably not of any consequence. Biggs, I'll handle this. Stand back. Guard, we're not handing over the Esper. Emmer. Get them. Biggs, hold it. This thing's out? They must have trained it to guard the mines. Wedge, what are you talking about? You know what this is. Biggs, ever heard of a lightning well? It's a monster that absorbs lightning. And stores the energy in its shell. Biggs right. So whatever you do, don't attack the shell. Wedge got it. This track sounds a lot like the one used in 14. Active time battle. And that took not very much time. So this is the Frozen Esper. Wedge, this thing's giving me the creeps. Something's not right. Girl, ... The frozen creature begins emitting an eerie light. Wedge, where's that light coming from? What? What was that? Wedge. Wedge, where are you? It's Hay. What's going on? And that the end of them. Biggs and Wedge, of course, are Star Wars references. And they also come back in a few other games. Girl, where am I? Old man, my. And I only just removed the crown. Girl, my head hurts. Old man, easy there, this is a slave crown. The others were using it to control you. It was robbing you of your thoughts, making it so you do whatever they told you. Girl, I can't remember a thing. Old man, don't worry. It'll all come back to you in time, that is. Girl, ... A mysterious young woman, born with the gift of magic and enslaved by the Gestalian Empire. Girl, my name is Sterry. What no terror? Old man, impressive. I've never heard of anyone recovering so fast. You must be made of tougher stuff than most. They kept the sound effects from the Super Nintendo. Guard, open here for the Magitech Armor Pilot. So this is the first game that really dispenses with the high fantasy type of setting. In particular, that Magitech armor. Comes back and plays a role in 14. Guard, open this door right now. Hand over that girl. She's an agent of the Empire. Terra, Empire. Magitech armor. Old man, there's no time to explain. You need to get out of here. These fools aren't going to listen to reason. This way. Quickly. Make your way out of town through the mines. I'll try to buy you some time. Guard, zoom and switch maps up there. Guard up there. I wonder if they made any changes in the combat logic. Third, there she is. Kefka, my sweet little magic Yuri, hee hee. With this slave crown, you'll be all mine. Yui hee hee. Good. Burned enough all to a crisp. Just all, soldiers of the Empire, we stand at the dawn of a new age. Just all, the lost power of magic has returned to us. We have been chosen. The time has come for us to claim our rightful dominion over the world. Nothing shall stand in our way. Long live Emperor Gestal. Old man, took you long enough, busy with all the robbing and plundering, I presume. A treasure and trail-worn traveler, searching the world over for relics of the past. Locked, I prefer the term treasure hunting. Huh. Semantic nonsense. Locke, there's a huge difference. Yeah, like when the people are still around. Locke, anyways, there's something you need me to do. Old man, there is indeed I met the girl. Locke, girl. You don't mean... Old man, the city guard is pursuing her as we speak. This city has the strength to stand up to the Empire, but it won't use it. The people are just too stubbornly independent to join an underground resistance group like the Returners. I tried to explain that the Empire was controlling the girl, but they wouldn't even listen. Locke, alright, so you want me to get her out of Narshe? Old man, that would be the idea. Make your way to Figaro for the time being. Locke has the power of fast travel. Guard, there she is. Locke, wonderful, there's a whole bunch of them. King. Kitty. Locke. Locke, Moogles, are you saying you want to help? Kupo. Moogle uses to protect Terra from the guards. You'll fight using three different parties. Press the button to switch between them. Defeat the leader of the guards before his troops reach Terra, or the battle's lost. The heck? What was that? Luck, thanks Moogles. We're in your debt. Lock this switch on. Oh. You back with us now? Terra, you saved me. Locke, save your thanks for the Moogles. Terra, I can't remember a thing if my mind's trapped in a fog. Locke, you lost your memory. Terra, a man said it would come back eventually. Locke. Slock, so you've got amnesia. Don't worry. I won't leave your side until your memory returns. Terra, ... question mark. Blah, I'm not gonna and abandon someone just because they lost their memory. I'll keep you safe. I promise. This is Space School for the Beginning Adventurer. Despite all of our recent advances in technology, the outside world remains full of monsters we know little about. Here we provide advice to travelers brave enough to face its many dangers. Well, he hadn't have anything special in him. him. Is that? Hey. Locke, it's not safe here. We better hightail it south to Figaro. So this is new. All the towns are already on the map. Halt. Oh, it's you. Proceed. King, you mean this one woman is? Tira, who are you? King, only apologies. How rude of me to turn my back to a lady on our very first meeting. The young king of Figaro Castle, Imperial Alley, and champion of the technological revolution. Edgar. I am Edgar, the King of Figaro. Ah, you surprised that someone like me knows a king. Locke. Well, I'll catch you two later. Edgar, So you're an Imperial soldier, right down Horrid, Figaro and the Empire allies. Feel free to rest here for as long as you'd like. It's not in my blood to harm a lady. Terra, why are you being so kind to me? Is it because of my abilities? Edgar, I'll give you 3 reasons. First of all, your beauty has captivated me. Second, in dying to know if I'm your type. I guess your abilities would rank a distant third. Question mark. What's the matter? Edgar, guess my technique's getting a bit rusty. Terra, I suppose some girls would have felt something from those words. But not... Feel free to wander about the castle. So at this point, we actually get to free roam as it is. So far, other than some changes that appear to be word expansion, it does seem to be following the original localization. I heard that the Justinian Empire got its hands on something called magic. Now that Gestalt has the power of Magitech at his command, he's set his sights on world domination. Soheen. If you want these tools, you need to grab them now because you won't be able to throw well when the next scene comes up. You wouldn't know by looking at it, but this castle is loaded with advanced technology, for example. Whoops. It's all top secret. Figaro has an alliance with the Empire. This is Figaro, the desert castle. High Priestess. Edgar has a twin brother, you know. He was such a nice boy, always thinking of his family. Edgar, what's wrong with Dad? Why everyone talking about a successor? Edgar, are you blind? Haven't you seen how thin his face has become? What do you mean? Edgar. Are you crying? Edgar's twin brother, who traded the throne for his own freedom. Sabina Yasmin. I'm sure he's a fine young man by now. He was just a boy when he left, even smaller than his brother. Wonder where he is now, and what he's doing. His Majesty said he'd marry me when I got old enough. The Justalian Empire has already overthrown all three of the other nations on the southern continent. It's only a matter of time before they make their way up here. These good-for-nothing brigands have been locked up for favoring worse. You'd best keep a safe distance. Relax, my boys are just blowing off some steam. I'm sure King Edgar will let us out of here in no time. We're just small potatoes compared to the real threat lurking out there. King Edgar knows that. I'm Lone Wolf the Pickpocket. Ugh, something smells terrible in here. I think it's me. I demand to see Edgar. How dare they keep us in this stinking pit? The Figaro Castle engine room is down those stairs. The engines are currently undergoing maintenance, so we can be ready to move at a moment's notice if the need arises. That's some fine foreshadowing there. I'm sorry, I can't let you go down there. It's too dangerous. Figaro Castle is the most advanced structure in the world. Scholars all over the world are busy studying magic, but you can only learn so much about something without seeing it. The ancients once wielded a force known as magic. Those who mastered the art were called magi. advanced weapons and other items we manufacture here are shipped to South Figaro. Chancellor, the king's brother was so disgusted by the manner of the succession that he fled the castle, never looking back. Chancellor, I've heard tell that the entire matter was settled by the flip of a coin. Edgar, well. How do you like my castle? King Edgar, there is someone from the Empire here to see you, sire. Edgar, Kefka, no doubt. Kefka, Fui. Emperor just all stupid orders. Edgar Ethanhead, why do you have to live out in the middle of a stinking desert? These Rickon jobs are the pits. Ahem. There's sand on my boots. Hold on, sir. There's the laugh we all know. Kefka, pathetic idiots. Sir Kefka, what in the world brings you? Kefka, out of my way. Edgar, you wouldn't be thinking of invading my kingdom next, would you? We have an alliance. Soldier, an alliance with this miserable little sandpit. Don't make me laugh. Edgar, I hear you've been busy down south, taking over a country or three. Just what is the Empire up to? Soldier, that's none of your concern. Edgar, what brings Emperor Justin's own court mage, Kefka, to my humble castle? Kefka, a girl of no importance, recently escaped from us. We heard she found refuge here. Edgar, this wouldn't have to do with that witch everyone's been whispering about, would it? Kefka, lies. She merely stole something of minor value. Is she here? Edgar, that's a tough one. Edgar, there are more girls in here than grains of sand in the desert. A man couldn't possibly keep track of them all. Kefko, Edgar, you know you only stand to lose by trying to hide her from us. Hee hee, hee hee. Kefka, I truly hope nothing happens to your precious Figaro. Locke, I didn't like the sound of that. Edgar, where's Tara? Edgar, take her to her brewing. I'd love to stay and chat with the Chancellor, and I have some planning to do. Being a king's not all tea and crumpets. Now, if you'll excuse me. Locke, follow me. Locke, sorry, I didn't mean to drag you around like this without giving you a chance to rest. Fine. Tara, Locke right. Edgar told me about you. Is it true you're a thief? Locke, I'm a treasure hunter. On the surface, Edgar pretends to support the Empire. is, he's collaborating with an underground resistance group called the Returners. I serve as their go-between. The old man, you Megan, and Archie is one of us too. Terra, the Empire bred him an Imperial soldier. Look, not anymore. They were using you, that's all, things are different now. Terra, it's just I don't know what I should do. Whenever I try to think, it just makes my head hurt even worse. Locke, all that matters is that you make your own decisions from now on. Try not to think too hard right now. You'll know what you want to do when the time comes. Terra, but how will I know which choice is right? Edgar, ... question mark. What in there? Edgar, what's going on? Soldier, it's the Empire. Kefka, Edgar, what do you think you're doing? Kefka, bring me the girl. Now. Edgar, I have no idea what you're talking about. Kefka, oh? Then enjoy the barbecue. Hee hee hee. The castle's on fire. Edgar, get her rider. Soldier, yes, sire. Kefka, had a change of heart. Edgar, it seems I have no choice. Or perhaps I do. Captain, oh my, the brave and noble King abandons his people to save his own skin. How utterly delightful. Hehehe. Edgar Chump. All right. Sink her into the sand. Lock you. Soldier, Figaro dive mode engaged. Chancellor, witness the glory of Figaro. I found this scene to be amazing when I first saw it. Kefka, go! Kill THM. Hey. Okay, something happened to you. so the scene. Is only possible once. It only happens if you use magic while you have Locke and Edgar. Locke, what's the matter, Edgar? What made you jump like that all of a sudden? Edgar, why you just see what I saw? You did right. Right. Locke, yeah, this kid's really something there. Edgar, really something. That was magic. Magic? Locke, and the magic. She used magic. Edgar and Locke, whisper, whisper. Edgar, sure. Your name was Tara. Right? What? What exactly was that just now? Tara, I'm sorry. Locke, no, we're the ones who should be apologizing. I didn't mean to make such a big deal out of it. Edgar, nor did I. It just surprised me. I mean, I've never actually seen magic before. Where did you? Tara, dot dot dot. Locke, it doesn't matter, does it? Edgar. Tara can use magic and can't. That's all there is to it. The fact that your magic could really help us right now. Tara, thank you, Locke. Thank you, Edgar. So... Bravo, Figaro. Jeffka, son of a sandworm. You'll pay for this. Locke, that was great. Terra, were those bad people named Scare? Edgar, Terra, there's someone we'd like you to meet. Locke, like I told you before, we're members of the Returners. Edgar, would you be willing to meet our leader? Magic is going to be the key to winning this war. Terra Magic. Edgar, that Esper reacted to your magical powers. There's got to be a relationship. Terra, I don't know any more than you do. These powers just come naturally to me. Edgar, no human is born with the powers you have. That kind insinuates something. Edgar, forgive me. Terra, what should I do? Edgar, the Empire will be coming after us. They want your powers for their own. And if they get them, the world is done for. Terra, you understand your own powers, don't you? Then I think you should meet with Bannon. He may be able to help you find out more about why you have them. Terra ... Locke, please, Edgar's right. Edgar, there's a cave just south of here that leads to South Figure. Let's head in that direction. Soldier, King Edgar. Where are you headed, sire? Edgar, through the cave and eastward to South Figaro. We'll then make for the Returner headquarters in the north. Return to the castle and pass the word along. Soldier, understood, sire. Take care. That's strange. Look at the map. Now look at the mini-map. The mini-map is animated. Now the question is, did they make this too easy? Locke, right? Ignore us and maybe we'll just disappear. Edgar, back off, Locke. That guy looks familiar. He comes in the wind, swearing allegiance to no one. Hidden behind his wintry gaze lies a face known to none who live. Edgar, Shadow, yeah, that Shadow. Alright, he's an assassin. He'd kill his own best friend for the right price. Locke, guess we'd better steer clear of him. And as you know, if you get to name someone, you get to play them. You look just like that student at Duncan's. That man at the counter's got a nasty look about him. I hear the Empire's been invading one town after another. I wonder how safe we are in South Figueroa. Duncan's been training his boy Vargas along with his other students. He's always grumbling about how the kid never seems to be making any progress. These are clues, by the way, not just flavor text. Kids aren't allowed in here. Okay, fine. Out of my way. I've got to get this cider over to the old-timer. 'Cause, see, some of us have jobs. Now scram. Figaro Castle stood up to the Empire. Great. Now we'll all be drawn into the war. you can gain all kinds of abilities by equipping relics. These shoes double my walking speed. Watch this. Relics can grant you a variety of abilities. For example, sprint shoes double your walking speed. A gauntlet lets you hold a weapon with both hands to increase damage. The Knight's Code makes you shield others in combat. Dragoon boots allow you to perform jump attacks. A person can equip up to 2 relics at the same time. Well, consider that you don't really need the sprint boots. That's just their already. Looks like the effect persists no matter who's in the lead. What kind of dummies would go and make the Empire mad? I wonder if it'll really come to war. Maybe I should return home now before it's too late. The city's eastern border, so attacking from their wood. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Barging in here when I'm trying to write a letter on... There's always a nasty draft in this room. Oh, where is it coming from? I'm afraid I'll catch a cold. I have a feeling if I go down here too early, there will be overpowered monsters. My dad's super important, so important people come here for dinner all the time. Even General La. I mean, from General La. Clang! Clang, clang, clang. Come in Magitek armor. Okay, well, since I got here early, that means I don't need to explore it later. Did you see how cool Figaro Castle looked as it moved along through the sand? No, well, I suppose that would have been kind of hard, what with it being underground and all. The big house at the north end of town belongs to the richest family here. This town's defenses are tight. Even with their Magitech armor, the Imperials won't find it easy to get inside. My husband Duncan is a martial artist. He's famous even in Figaro to the north. He took his institute, cults for meditation and training, so he probably won't be back for a while. My grandpa used to be a servant for the richest family in town. My work here's done. You're in my way. Move it. I don't like strangers. Bring me some cider and maybe I'll talk to you. Head east and you'll see it. Colts. Welcome to South Figaro. Our shops carry weapons armor and relics of the utmost quality. Beyond. Colts lie the Saber Mountains. This ship isn't going anywhere. Let me teach you how to ride a chocobo. Press the confirm button or up on the directional pad to move forward. Change course by pressing left or right on the directional pad. Press the L button to change the view. You can also control it the same as when walking. You can dismount by tapping the cancel button, but be careful. The bird will return to its pin as soon as you get off. Edgar Hum. What that smell? These dishes, they're just like the ones he always used. This tea, it was his favorite. Could Sabin be living here? Ew. Do you happen to know where I could find the man who lives here? Man, sure do. Left a couple of days ago, soon as he heard Master Duncan had been killed. Headed up into the mountains. Man, they say Duncan's son Fergus is missing too. I don't like it one bit. Story Store. on the Mobile, old PC version. This map is broken. And if you actually take a look at the assets in the old version, you'll find an entirely separate version. So my feeling is that they had to redo this map tile by tile. Well, the SNES version predates the previous mobile and PC versions. I'll point out where it broke all the time when we get to it. Vargas, Sabin sent you the key. So in the mobile and old PC port, it would usually break around key. Locke, who are you? Edgar Sabin. Is he here? Locke, you were the one sneaking around us the whole way up here, weren't you? Vargas, and if I was? Well, it doesn't matter who you are. I have no intention to surrender. Woe is the day you met me will be the last day of your lives. Come on. What's the matter? I'll send you all to the great beyond. That's enough, Vargas. Vargas, well, it isn't Sabin. Sabin. Why, Vargas? Why did you kill Master Duncan? How could you murder your own father? Vargas. The fool snubbed me, his only son. He chose you as his successor. Sabin. That's not true. Or Master. Vargas. It's true and you know it. It's written in that ugly smear across your face. Sabin, he wanted you to be his successor. Not me. He knew you had the most potential. Vargas, I'm sick of listening to your lies. I've got far more than just potential. Why don't you see for yourself? Vargas Sabin. My father was right to see so much in you. Sabin, I guess there's no avoiding this. Vargas, I guess there's no avoiding this. Vargas, fate made us train together. And now fate will send you to your doom. No. Get ready to join your beloved master. Vargas, time to put an end to this. Sabin, time to put an end to this. Sabin, I need to use a blitz technique. Like the Mice and Master talk. Vargas heard. Learn a quick technique. Seven, Vargas. If only you hadn't been so consumed by pride. Wow, only 2 hits. Edgar, Sabin. Sabin, Edgar. My brother. Locke, brother. You're his twin brother. Terra, his brother. At first, they thought you were another one of Vargas's bears. Sabin, you thought I was a bear. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. Sabin. Anyway, Edgar, what are you doing here? Edgar, we're on our way to the Saber Mountains. Sabin, to the Returner's hideout, no doubt. Sabin, so the wheels are finally turning. I've been watching from a distance, hoping the world would come to its senses. The way things were going, I was afraid Figaro would end up as a puppet state. Edgar, a means of striking back has presented itself. There will be no more playing lapdog to the Empire. I'm through with that act. Sabin, think a bear like me could be of any help? Edgar, Sabin here join us. Sabin, I think Duncan would rest easier knowing his training helped bring peace to the world. Locke, well then, let's get going. So on the mobile version, what would happen is you can move after that conversation. I forget what exactly I had to do to get it unstuck. Before, let me be. particularly care for using items, but since only Terra can do magic at this point, I'm going to have to use them until someone else can also do magic. And of course, I just wasted all of those items. I'll be right back.